how did you sabotage your stepmother's plan of taking your inheritance? Lorraine immediately started rewriting history, telling everyone she'd raised me and how difficult it had been dealing with my behavioral issues as a teenager. I'd actually been a straight A student who spent weekends helping my mom through chemo, but Lorraine preferred her narrative of the troubled stepchild she'd heroically saved. Last year, my dad was diagnosed with early onset dementia. It progressed fast. Within months, Lorraine had power of attorney and control of everything, including the house my mom's parents had left to me and Dad jointly before they died. Dad had managed it, but my name was on the deed. That's when Lorraine started her campaign. She told Dad's relatives I was trying to put him in a home. She told his golf buddies I'd been stealing from him. She even called my employer claiming I was mentally unstable and shouldn't be working with sharp objects. But Lorraine made one crucial error. She forgot that small towns have long memories. See, 15 years ago, Lorraine lived 3 towns over under her maiden name, Lorraine Purcell. She ran an elder care company that mysteriously shut down after several families noticed missing jewelry and strange credit card charges. No charges were ever filed. Lorraine was dating the police chief's brother at the time, but people remembered. I only knew this because Agnes, who runs the antique shop, recognized Lorraine at Dad's birthday party. Agnes's mother had been one of Lorraine's clients. She'd lost an entire collection of vintage roses worth $12,000. I started visiting other families from Lorraine's old company, found 7 people willing to talk. Each had similar stories: small valuables vanishing, bank accounts with mysterious withdrawals, and Lorraine always had elaborate explanations that couldn't quite be disproven. Meanwhile, Lorraine was planning her masterpiece, a massive dinner party for Dad's 65th birthday, invited 50 of the most influential people in town. She wanted to formally announce that she'd be taking over Dad's construction business to ease his burden, and that I'd agreed to sign over my portion of the house for his care. The morning of the party, I visited each of the 7 families I'd interviewed. I gave them all the same message: Lorraine Purcell is having a party tonight. Thought you should know. Agnes made some calls. So did Robert, whose aunt had lost her wedding ring, and Eleanor, whose father's coin collection had disappeared. By noon, the phone at Dad's house was ringing nonstop. Cancellations poured in. The mayor's wife suddenly had a conflict. The country club president remembered a prior engagement. Dad's business partners all developed mysterious illnesses. By evening, only 3 guests showed up: Lorraine's hairdresser and 2 cousins from out of state who didn't know anyone locally. Lorraine had spent $8,000 on catering. She'd hired a string quartet. She'd rented crystal in China. The local newspaper was supposed to cover it for the society pages. Instead, she stood in her perfect party dress, surrounded by enough food for 50, trying to explain to the bewildered caterers why no one was coming. But the real blow came the next morning. Arthur, one of Dad's oldest friends and his estate attorney, called me. "Interesting thing, Thea. Your father updated his will last week during a moment of clarity. Lorraine brought him in, thought he was signing a power of attorney expansion, but your dad was having one of his good days. Turns out, Dad had been more aware than anyone thought. He'd noticed things going missing. He'd seen Lorraine's true nature during his clear moments, and he'd made changes. Everything went into a trust with Arthur as executor. Lorraine got a monthly allowance for Dad's care, supervised by Arthur. The house remained in my name alone. The business would be sold, with proceeds going to Dad's medical care and then to me. Arthur had already been contacted by 3 of the families from Lorraine's past. They were considering a civil suit now that they knew where she was. Lorraine confronted me yesterday, screaming that I'd ruined her life. "You turned the whole town against me." "No," I told her. "Agnes did that, and Robert, and Eleanor, and several other people with good memories. I just reminded them where they knew your name from. She's still in the house with Dad for now, but Arthur monitors every expense. She can't sell anything, can't access the main accounts, and can't even redecorate without approval. She's essentially become what she pretended to be, a caregiver with no claim to the estate."